with this Linux tutorial series. In this video, from the last few videos, we are discussing the user management. But the agenda of this video is to discuss the group management, and why this is again so important. Is First thing is, this is according to exam also, RSCC 8. The 5 to 6% weightage is there. Basically the questions come from this group management, and another is in the real world also it's very important. Now let's discuss the real world, how it's important. Automatically in that we cover how it's important to exam also. So let's say your organization is having a member of 25,000 plus members, and from these members they are categorized by in few different roles, maybe some front-end engineers, back-end engineers, or the DevOps engineers, cloud engineers, functional analysts. Multiple roles are there. So a company wants to manage very efficiently these users, so that's why we are using a group. So group is a very normal concept, not only the Linux concept. If you see in your organization, maybe your organization is using Teams or any other platform to convey the messages, so there are different groups are created. Let's say for one, for announcement is created, another is for let's say your hobby zone is created, something like that. Multiple groups are created. Similarly in Linux also we have multiple groups, as we discussed also in the last video about the etc group file, how we can check the group list. But if I talk to you about very simple way, then DevOps engineers, let's say front-end engineers, back-end engineers, so people are listed in this groups. Multiple groups are there, so it's very easy for everyone to see. Let's say only people want to see the DevOps engineers, so they can come to this group and list all the members, something like that we can achieve with the group. Now the next concept in the group is, there are two type of group. First is the primary group, and second is the secondary group. So primary group is a group that is automatically created when some user is created. Okay, when user is created with the user add command, so this primary group automatically created. Secondary group that we created manually. Okay, it's not creating automatically, it's creating manually. We can give any name, we can give anything, like whatever the name we want to give, and we can password protect this group also. What does it mean? Let's be with me for a few minutes, you will understand. So primary group is a group that is automatically created when some user is created. Now what is the name of this group? So whatever the name of user, that is the name of group. Okay, this is compulsory. Okay, so primary group is always having a name, that is the name of user. Secondary group we can give any name because we are creating manually. Second concept you need to understand is GID. So every group we want to identify uniquely, so that's why the system assigns every group the group ID. It's like your student ID in your college, so every student is identified uniquely by that student ID. Here the group ID is used to identify the groups very easily. Okay, now group ID of primary group is always equal to UID. Okay, UID of user is equals to GID of primary group. But for the secondary group you can give any group ID. Now question arises, let's say when you are creating a user, so system is assigning a user ID, and system is automatically creating a group with the same name and assigning a group ID that is having the same as UID. That you understand. Okay, but let's say when you are creating a secondary group, from where the GID is coming, that's a very important thing. Like system is assigning, but from somewhere in the system we defined already, predefined values are there. From there system is taking a values and assigning a value to those. So from where the system is taking is this file, etc login.defs. This is an important file in Linux. Very soon I'm gonna take the video on this file also, but you can think of whatever the default values our system is taking for us, it's coming from this file. Let me show this file to you very quickly. So if you see the password minimum ages and UID minimum max and multiple GIDs and GID max, you can see is here. So multiple things are coming from there only, and we will discuss this file in detail. But the agenda of this video is to discuss the group management basically for users. So I discussed the concept. Now the command we're gonna discuss in this video are three commands. That is groupadd, another is groupdel. They are very similar to user add, user del, and group mode. But very new interesting command I'm gonna discuss in this video is gpasswd. So that is very important command. Now one thing is, you can password protect your group also. Okay, now what is the use of this is only the administrator level of that group. Let's say there is group XYZ and many peoples are there part of this group, but only admin person have a name called, let's say, Peter. So this person can only access this group and made a changes to this group if this group is password protected. Okay, and how we can make a user admin of group. So let's discuss the commands. First, let's discuss the group add command. I'm discussing the group add first. So this syntax of this command is very simple: group add, then options, and then you have to give some group name. That's very simple. Okay, so let's see this in detail and the option of this command. So I'm doing, in the last video we discussed etc group file. So in the down, if I show you, okay, these are the groups. Okay, now if you want to add a group, you are giving a group add, then the name of a group, let's say group demo. Okay, now if I do save, see, group demo is automatically added and this GID automatically come from login.defs file, and there is no, what is the meaning of this four the fields that I already discussed in the last video. You can watch out that video. Okay, so now the second option of group add I want to discuss with you is if I want to give some specific GID to group. Okay, now if I create any group without any specifying any GID, let's say group demo 2. So what you will see a difference is it will increase one by one number. Okay, what does it means is, before if you see it's 1122, then 1123 if I created a group, now 1124. But what I want to give a specific GID. Let's say I want to create a group. Okay, specific GID. For that we have to use -g, specific GID. Now let's say I want to give 1130 and the user group I want to create is dev group. Now if I do, see, now it's not in the series. 1125 is not there. We specified specifically GID 1130, that's why it's come up. The second option I want to do show it to you is, let's say you want to create a system level group. So what are the system level groups is, so system group are those groups in which system users are there. System users are present. Now what does it means by system users? You can think of these are the users created by system in the background to achieve some task, but we can't, as a user, as a human, we can't access those users. Okay, so what you can do is group add you can do, then -r for the system level groups, and then you can assign a name called system demo. Okay, and if I do this, see, system group is created and automatically it's assigned ID called 982. Why 982? Why not 1131 and 1125? Because we specified -r, and if you check this file login.def, as I already told you, so login.def is a file from where the system is taking default values, and if you see here, see system accounts in the down, you can see only system account must have the GID between 2012 999. Okay, that's why it's given us the GID of 982. Okay, this is one thing. Second thing, let's say I want to delete a group. Okay, so group add options are discussed here. One more option I want to tell you is, let me tell you and show it to you. As you can see, -k you can use to override these values. Okay, you can use this. You can try by yourself, and if you have any doubts, you can post your doubts in the comment box also. So one more, before that, one more option is there, that is a -p. So if you want to password protect your group name, let's say if I do it now, 1 second, and if you see in the down, everywhere it's X. So X is some kind of reference only. Okay, and there is one more file that is maintaining the group information only, but the password protection and password level things also this file is managing. So that is etc gshadow, not etc group, etc gshadow. If I get this file, Come on. And if you see in the down system demo, in the second block, it's exclamatory mark. Now, what does this exclamatory mark means? This group is not password protected, and you can't access this group with some password. Okay. Now, what I'm doing is I'm doing -p and I'm giving some encrypted value or encrypted password. Okay. This is -p means password. Then group name I am telling like password protected. Okay. Now if I am doing the etc group cat, see some X is coming up here, that is obviously the reference. Now if I do etc gshadow, you will see at the place of exclamatory this password is stored. So you can password protect your group also. This is one thing all about the groupadd. Now let's say I want to discuss the groupdel. Second command I want to discuss is groupdel. So very simple syntax, like options you have to give, and there are not much options in this command, and then the group name. Okay, so if you check the option, only 2 or 3 options are there according to me. Okay, let's see. Yeah, 2 options are there, but let's say I want to remove the group. Okay, so if I do like this, and let's say I want to delete a system demo group, then what I can do is group del the name of a group, that is system demo. Now if I do tail -2, you will see a difference. This system -demo that have a 982 id is removed automatically, or we can check by one more way, that is etc group we can do, and we can grab the system demo. Okay, see nothing is there, it's removed. So that is the use of groupdel command. Now you need to understand system demo is a group that we created manually. Okay, it doesn't matter it is system group or a user group or normal group, but we created it manually. It's not it's a secondary group, it's not a primary group. You need to understand. So we are only able to remove the secondary group using a groupdel command. If I try to remove some primary group, maybe you can take as Peter, because if you Peter is a primary group, how I can verify use id Peter. So this user is created, that's why automatically a group is created. If I try to remove group del Peter, cannot remove the primary group. Then how you can remove a primary group? The option you can use is you can delete a user directly, it will remove the group also. Okay, before that let me show it to you in this way. See, Peter is there. I am removing the Peter user, so it will automatically remove the primary group. See, it's removed. So that is the use of groupdel command. Okay, the third command of group management we will discuss is the groupmod command, as come to know by name only. So if you want to do some modifications, then groupdel is a command, and this is a syntax very similar to all the commands. Okay, let's say in your groupmod command some group is already created, but you want to change the GID of that group. This is a one use case. Second, let's say you want to change the name of a group after creation, that is a one thing. Second, let's say you want some group is password protected, you want to change the password of that group. Okay, let's see all this in action. Now if I show it to you, okay, I want to change the GID of, let's say, this group, dev group. What I can do is groupmod sorry -g, I am giving 1132 to the group name called dev group. Okay, now if I do cat etc group, now you can see the GID got changed. Now let's say after some time in your company, and say inside a dev is a bigger you can say term. Inside dev you have front end, back end, multiple things. So from dev group you want this dev group to migrate to another name, that is front end group, something like that. So what you can do is group add, the option to change is -n, and you need to give a new name, that is dev front end, then the original group name, that is dev group. Once again, we can change the name if it's possible to change the name. I'm doing group add. I don't want to do group add. I want to do group mode. See, now if I do cat, it is a group, and see, it's automatically changed from dev group to dev front end. Okay. Now let's say I want to change it to from dev front end to I want to do is, let's say, backend dev. Okay. Now if I do this, see, in the last it got changed. So this is a use of one of the use. Let's say your some group is created, and in the etc gshadow, if you check the file, one second, gshadow. So this is a group that is password protected. You want to change the password of this group. Okay. So how you will do is group mode, same -p option. Then let's say I want to change it to 567. Which group? You have to give a group name, password protected. Now if I do cat, it is gshadow, see, it's changed. So that's how you can make a modification to already existing group. Now the next command, that is very important command and very new command also, that we gonna discuss is, the command name is gpasswd. One second. So that is the command name is gpasswd, and the syntax of this command is similar again, options, and you have to give a group name. Now why this command is used? So let's use our Linux skills only. So I already told you this command. What is a command that give you a short summary of any command, how we can use that command. Okay, see what it's saying is administrating the etc group and etc gshadow. If you want to do administrative task on etc group and etc gshadow, then this command is used. Now what does it mean by administrative task is, let's say first use case is you want to manage users in group, because a user can be in multiple group. Second, let's say you want to give any specific user the admin level permission on group. Third use case, let's say you want to change a password of group. Yeah, we can do by group mode also, but this is the best command to do the things. Okay, this is made for this only. So let's move it to gpasswd. First I want to show you is managing the password. Okay, with gpasswd command. So in the last, if you see password protected group or the backend development group, so if I show you this etc group also, this group named backend dev don't have any password. X is there, that is reference to this second field, but exclamatory means no password. So let's change the password of it. So gpasswd, what you can do is you can take a help. I know the option -p is the option to do the things, but what you can do is without also you can do, one second, let me show it to you, and cat etc gshadow, and you can do tail -2 again. Okay, now gpasswd you can use, and you can use a name called backend development. See, changing the password for a group backend development, and I'm giving, let's say, my name only. So you don't think it in this way. Let me first show it to you. See, it's stored in a very password protected format, and if I show it to you, see, this is encrypted. Now what is the difference between the group add and group mode? -p option both is there, that is to change the password of group. So let's say we are giving 1 2 3. So the difference between group add and group mode -p option, if you set a password with group and group mode -p option for any group, then this password is encoded. Okay, it's encoded but not in hash format. Okay, very important thing. So encoded is this password is, so anyone can use any utility, like base64 is a utility in Linux, or online there are many utilities to decode this password. We can do that, but hash format means like MD5 algorithm is there, SHA algorithm is there, so you it will take years to decode this hashed format passwords. So that's why I told you gpasswd is the best command to use the things. Now if I show you one more thing, for a password protected group, 567 is the encoded password. But if I do passwd and then password protected, I will give a group name, it will change the password of it. One second, I'm not doing passwd, I have to do gpasswd. Okay, now I'm giving 123 again, only 123 again. But if you show it now, see, it changed 123 to hashed format. That is the use of gpasswd. Password is again 123 only, but in the hash format, not in the encoded format. Okay, second thing I want to tell you is, if you want to add some user to any group, then you can do it by groupmod command also. But again, it's very important to use gpasswd, especially if the group is password protected. Okay, if I show it to you, see, this password protected and backend both the groups are password protected. So how I can do is gpasswd for adding a user -a, then the username, let's say this, and then you have to give a group name. Now if I do this, see, user is added. Let's say I have to add one more user. User doesn't exist, so this I can add, and see, two users are added. Now if I want to remove a user from a group, then again same command gpasswd, but at a place of -a, -d is the option to delete a user, the name of a user that you want to delete. Okay, and if I try to remove both at once, you will see one error. See, is not a member, something like that, because we can't remove it more than one user at a time. Okay, and if I show it to you now, see, only Shri2 is there, and if I remove Shri2 again, see, that is again removed. One more thing I want to tell you is, if you want to add a list of groups at once at a single time, then if you try by this -a option, okay, two users adding, then see, it doesn't exist. And if I use the same option at the place of -a, -m means you can add a list of users together. See, it added, no error and nothing like that, and both the users added together at one time, single time. So this is another use of gpasswd. The last option I want to tell you is the capital option "hey" in the gpasswd. If I show you, see, -a, if you want to give some administrative group or like administrative users to some group, then what you can do is, let's say I want to add Shri2 as a group demo 2. So now Shri2 is a part of group demo 2, but it have an admin privileges. He can do anything in this group. And if I show it to you now, see, it not added. Why? Because admin level things are not showing here after the fourth field. Only the single users or the normal users will be showed here. First thing is this. So that is the use, how we can manage the group management things, and what is the use of groupadd, groupdel, groupmod, and gpasswd command. From this you will get 3 to 4 questions in your RSCSA 8 exam, and it's very important not only to RSCSA exam, it's very important according to real life also. So if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and if you have any doubts, you can post your doubts in comment box or reach out to me on LinkedIn. Thank you.